Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Will Motivation, and in today's video we are talking about the 5 reasons why I am not selling my Ferrari F12. That's right, it's a keeper. I was thinking about accepting an offer on it, from that last video, but we're actually going to keep it, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. This is a really unique car, and the car that I'm going to enjoy on this channel. I got some mods planned for it, so we're going to talk about the 5 reasons why I'm keeping this Ferrari F12. But first, I'm going to take you guys along with me to the closing on Project TRX. So if you guys don't know what Project TRX is, I'm a real estate investor. Me investing in real estate is how I'm able to afford the supercars like that Lamborghini Huracan behind me and the Ferrari F12, my Ram TRX Hellcat truck. So let's go ahead, start it up, go over to the closing, get this check. And then we'll talk about some numbers a little bit, how much money I made with that flip. So let me take you guys along with me. Maybe you'll learn a couple things, and then we'll talk about the Ferrari and maybe take it out for a spin. But first things first, let's start with the cold start on the Ram TRX. Yeah! Yo, crazy. So this is the T-Rex in Project T-Rex. Check it out. Yeah, man. This thing is a beast. So we're gonna head over to the title company, which is responsible for handling the paperwork for the closing on Project TRX. So I'll explain once we get there. All right, so I know that was a fast drive, but we are here at the title agency where we handle the closing. I've done videos talking about the importance of a title company and what they do. This is one of those videos where I'll talk about it a little bit, but I just want you guys to see that this is real. Like, I'm not staging anything. I'm not making up, how I make money to play around with these supercars and stuff. This is real investment strategies, and to be honest with you, the only thing I say I exaggerate a little bit is that I don't always take the money and spend it on cars. I really like to take the money and reinvest it, and leverage other people's money for them cars. So we'll talk about that a little bit more. But here's my realtor, Rich. There's the man right there. All right, so tell the people this is a real thing, man, so they know this is not fake.
That's a real deal, all right.
All right, let's go knock it out. This is nice. I like this office. So if you need a title company in Ohio, Access 247, right?
Access247.com.
All right, so we're gonna sign some papers and then we'll talk a little bit while we wait. Rich, what is your assessment of how we did on this deal?
I think we did pretty good. We had a lot of interest in the property.
How long was it on the market? 3 days?
3 or 4 days.
That's it?
Yeah.
In a snowstorm?
Yeah, in a snowstorm. Everybody was rushing out to see it. It was a big snowstorm too. There was ice everywhere. You're welcome. I chipped the ice off of it.
Thank you. So what do you think of my strategy of wanting to go from the lower price side of the street to the higher price side of the street?
That particular house is one of the more popular floor plans, and then when you combine that with everything you did to it, plus it matched their model that was in the community. So really we gave a better product than what they sold as their model at. I think it was just above the price that they sold the model for.
So our asking price was what?
$575.
And my purchase price was what?
Purchase price
$435.
$435, I think, yeah.
So some room in there to play with.
And then I don't know what your total rehab budget was on it, but it looked really, really good.
What would you estimate the rehab budget to be?
Probably 45.
Ooh, I'm good.
Did we come close?
Less than 30.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That surprises me because materials are expensive right now.
There's the lady right there, lady of the hour.
I haven't seen you forever.
We gotta sign some papers here with Sherry Long. If you guys need a good title company, you guys definitely talk to Sherry. What's the best way to contact you for the business?
614-270-4009 and say Will sent you.
You guys do that. But let me go ahead and sign this last little bit of papers. So does this mean I get a check now?
It sure does. Almost.
All right, so we've done videos before, but this is, Rich introduced me to Sherry. And so most of the closing I do on real estate is actually with Sherry, and she takes care of me. Some of the things you have to look out for, when you do a deal, a title company will kind of look out for you as well, make sure everything is good with, of course, the title. But what are some of the other benefits of a good title company?
If you do enough business over the years, realtors make mistakes, investors make mistakes, title companies, you never make a mistake. Never, right?
Never.
But it's how you treat people when something comes up. Sherry and I did a deal way, way back when I wasn't even a realtor, I was a contractor. And I had to file a lien, and that's how we met. And there was difficulty that came about as a result. I actually called Sherry because that's who I knew, and I said, how do I fix this? She said, give me all the information, let me look into it. I'm just going to take care of it. And she did. It was a water bill. Now, she didn't have to do that. She paid the water bill out of her own pocket, then took all the paperwork and went to the auditor's office and fixed it, then called my client's lender, fixed it, and did that all for free with money out of her own pocket.
I would just tell you that, you know, you always do the right thing even when nobody's looking, and it always comes back to help you. And that's one of the reasons I got into this business, is really not to make money. Of course, I need to pay my bills and my house payments and car payments, but I got into it to help people. And that's how I built my business. That's what I built my business around, and I've been very blessed. And I think that it's things like that and people like that, Rich, that I work with, you know, that help me do that.
You just gave my message of the day. That's good.
So the lesson for your viewers isn't necessarily the value of a good title, it's the value of good people.
Yeah.
You go out and find something where you can help someone and expect nothing in return. It will come back.
Yeah, it sets off in motion. So could you mention, so people can choose their own title company? Because a lot of times people don't realize that they can choose their own title company, right? As the buyer or as a seller?
Well, whoever is paying for the title insurance. If you're paying for the title insurance, then you get to pick the title company. If you already own your home and you're doing a refinance, you 100% get to pick the title company because you're paying for that title insurance. But the law in the state of Ohio says whoever pays for the title insurance gets to pick. And here in Central Ohio, it's written into the purchase contract that the seller pays. So the seller in most of the contracts here gets to pick the title company.
Okay, folks, so we just finished with our closing with Access Title Agency and my realtor, Rich Shiro. I'll put his information in the description of this video in case you guys want to look at some investment deals in the Ohio area. But now, going to head back and we're going to talk about this Ferrari and why we are going to keep it. Maybe we'll take the Ferrari for a drive. It's a nice day out here. So let's go. Let's do that. Let's have some fun. It is the next day. Got a little bit busy after the closing, but I promised to give you guys some Ferrari content. So we are talking about the 5 reasons why I am definitely keeping a Ferrari in the garage. I was going to say keeping this Ferrari F12, but I just got news from Mercedes-Benz of Easton. They have a couple of Ferraris in stock that they want me to check out. So, you know, hey, they might want to take a trade on the F12, but we'll see what they have at the dealership, what Ferraris that they have. But first things first, let's take a ride in the F12 and let's talk about why I'm keeping this Ferrari on the channel. Cold start. I'm gonna tell you the number one thing that this car does not have that it should have, and that is a backup camera. So that's something I need to add. I got kids running around the neighborhood. I don't want to run nobody's kids over. All right, so let's talk about it. 5 reasons why I am keeping the Ferrari on the channel, the Ferrari F12. Now, I know I just mentioned that I'm going to go check out another couple of Ferraris, but right now I'm leaning towards keeping it, so let's just go with that. All right, so Ferrari F12. Number 1 reason why we are keeping this car on the channel is the sound. That is the number 1 reason why I actually bought an F12. What I like most about it is the glorious sound. So I'm in sport mode. Roll the windows down a little bit so you guys can hear. Listen to this. You do have to be careful with this car because this car will get squirrely, especially when the tires are cold. But the number 1 thing I like about this car, reason why I want to keep it, is the glorious sound. Now, on that note, I actually have not done an exhaust on this vehicle yet, but I do have an exhaust on order, and I have some rims on order for this car. So you guys might be like, hey, why are you getting rims on this car when you already got Forgiatos? Well, the Forgiatos on this Ferrari have some bends in them, so they don't ride as smooth as I would like, especially when you're on the freeway going at speed, which for me, that's kind of important, right? Because you got a sports car, you want to drive fast, and you don't feel confident doing that if something's wrong with your rims. So I got a whole new set of rims on order for this vehicle. That leads us into number 2 reason why we are keeping this Ferrari on the channel, and that is the beautiful styling. Man, this is one of the most beautiful, classy supercars on the market. Not only does the styling say like sophistication, it's not only sophisticated, it's exotic. This particular spec with the black on black on the exterior is absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. I don't know of another car that I think is sexier and more sophisticated at the same time than the Ferrari F12. I think the Ferrari F12 even looks better than the Ferrari 812 super fast. So for me, that is the number 2 reason why we are keeping this Ferrari on the channel, and that is the styling, man. It's beautiful. So not only do we have the exterior styling, but look at this interior, man. We have the red guts, we got the red seats. I customized this car. I put these red seats in the car after the original seats were black. I love the interior, the contrast of the red and the black. It doesn't get much better than that. So that is the number 2 reason why we're keeping the Ferrari. Now, let's get into number 3. So the number 3 reason why we're keeping this Ferrari is I actually believe that at the price in which I purchased this vehicle, not actually believe, I know this, but the price in which I purchased this vehicle, I got a deal on it. I can keep it for a while, I can drive it for a while, and if I don't put too many miles on it, I believe this car is going to go up in value over time, with it being a V12, naturally aspirated, a beautiful spec, problem-free. This is going to be a collector car in the future. So over the next 5 to 10 years, I really do believe that the Ferrari F12 with the naturally aspirated V12 engine is going to go up in value, especially when Ferrari decides to stop making V12 engines naturally aspirated. This car should go up in value, and I want to be there to reap the benefits, because you guys know I'm an investor, and this potentially could be the second major come up that I've had buying an exotic car. I actually had a Gallardo where I made a nice profit on the Gallardo, and I broke even a lot of times on different cars, but I believe this car will actually go up in value. Let's give it the beans a little bit. I got cars in front of me. But anyway, number 3 reason is that I believe this car will hold its value and then start going up in value over time. I got a really good deal on it, so I'm in a good position with a lot of equity in this car, and we're gonna ride that out and see if we can make a nice profit when we finally do decide to sell this car. The number 4 reason why I am keeping the Ferrari F12 on the channel, and that is because it has a glorious Ferrari built V12 engine that is one of the masterpieces in the exotic car arena, because not only does it sound good, but it produces over 700 horsepower, and as you guys know, horsepower is what makes a car fun to drive, and this car has a super powerful engine. I love driving it for that power. What else can you get that's a V12 right now in this price range? Really nothing that I can think of. Maybe a Aston Martin V12. All right, so my GoPro decided to die on me. But I was just saying, what else can you get in this price range with similar spec, with a V12, a similarly spec'd Aventador is going to cost you roughly $250,000, whereas this Ferrari F12 cost me just over $200,000, and it's arguably faster than a base Aventador. So this engine, man, is spectacular. So that's number 4 reason why I'm keeping this car. But for the 5th reason, let's get outside and talk about it when we get to the bank, because I am actually going to deposit the check for the proceeds from that flip. So if anybody is interested in how to flip real estate, make sure you go to willmotivation.com/invest to learn more about how to buy and sell real estate, how to buy and hold real estate, rental properties, make money, that kind of thing. But yeah, let's talk about this 5th reason why we're keeping the F12. All right, so the number 5 reason why we are keeping the Ferrari is very simple, and that is I love the way this car drives, especially when you're driving around town as compared to the Lamborghinis. If you're going low speeds, you're driving around town, this car is better than driving a Lamborghini by far, probably because the transmission, but I like the way it steers. And look at it, man, it's spectacular, it's glorious. The F12, the way it drives, man, it's special, it's different. I don't know how to explain it, man. I don't know if I could do it justice. I'm not like a professional car reviewer, but I will do my best to do a review on this car. So you guys bear with me. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And in the next video, we'll go see a couple of Ferraris that could replace this. I kind of doubt it, but we'll go see. And then I'll do a review of my Ferrari F12. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
It's the one and only Floyd Money Mayweather. I'm here to tell you guys to go to Wheel Motivation. The exotic cars is crazy. I've been watching this show for a little while now, and it's growing. But we need everybody else to subscribe to Wheel Motivation and support Will. I'm supporting them. You do the same.